Hey there, this is just a quick little video, introductory video on what our next step is in terms of the Teacher Evaluation Committee. Now, we do know that we spent the last year looking at our process of informal observations as well as even maybe formal observations with an administrator coming in. And one of the things that they were looking at was element number one. Element number one being the creating rubrics, goals, and scales to make sure students are ensured what they are supposed to be learning. Now, the other vision that is supposed to be looked at this year that we have mentioned at the beginning of the year is engagement. Element number 24 under domain 1 is student engagement and making sure students are attentive and maybe understanding what it is that they're learning in their particular course. The reason we are looking and focusing on that as a district is that this year this is the corresponding state legislature kind of in a nutshell, and what the law states is that districts need to use longitudinal data on student engagement and connection and other student outcome measures explicitly aligned with the elements of curriculum for which teachers are responsible. Meaning that those teachers that teach those particular courses, they need to have some sort of an engagement survey to have an understanding of how they are engaging kids throughout the year and or for years thereon. So engagement pieces are in the law, and so we're looking at creating those student engagement surveys for us this year. And then we can use those later on from years down the road. Now, ultimately, what we want to see is these student engagement surveys done at the end of first quarter and end of third quarter, especially at the high school, because we look at semester courses. However, if you do have a quarter class, it is recommended that you do it at the end of each of your courses so you can continue to grow in that aspect. Now, this video is just a short introductory video of how to go ahead and do that, how to create that, and I'm just going to kind of walk us through that. Now, if I'm able to get to the district's high school homepage, I can go under Staff Resources, and then down at the bottom there is a District Professional Growth Plan. This is the district website that we talk about with the Teacher Evaluation Committee that we have set up. On the left-hand side there is the one that says Student Engagement Surveys. Click on that, and since this is dealing with the high school, we're going to select the high school. Now, this below, and thank you Andy Lanning for developing a generic form for us. This is a Google form that we will be utilizing. It's a form that is on the student engagement piece. The first 3 questions must be consistent with every course in the high school. Now, those 3 questions are asked, I feel welcomed, I feel my opinions are respected, and I'm clear on what I'm learning. Now, those are the engagement pieces. Questions 4, 5, 6, 7, however you really want, I'd keep it short and sweet, so maybe adding 1, 2 questions are going to be directed based upon your PLCs. You can come together, so if you are your own PLC, you just make a question that's based upon your particular course. Let's create something that is unique to you. Now, how to create that, down at the very bottom there is this survey. You can go ahead on the bottom and it says you can click on Open High School Student Engagement Survey. As you click on that, on the far right hand side it says you can edit this form. You select Edit the Form, and in doing so it pops up a brand new form. But do not edit this form. This form is going to be the same form that everybody else would be able to utilize. So you want to make a copy. So under File, you make a copy, and at this point I can just type whatever copy I want to make. I'm just going to say High School Survey, and this I'm just going to have it as my Advanced Bio course. And I'm going to click OK. Now I've created my brand new survey that I can utilize for my advanced biology course, and if you want to be particular, you could even probably put the quarter that it's going to be in. So maybe I should even put in here that I want fall of 2015, so I can put that in there. So if I did that, I can just select in here fall 2015. Now it's recommended that you should be doing this to each individual course, and each individual course really means that if I have 3 biology courses, I should create a survey for each individual course. So I would maybe want to have fall 2015 block 1, block 2, block 3, so on and so forth, so it's unique to those particular courses, so you can continue on and see your longitudinal data between classes as well as how you continue to grow. Now, this shouldn't take more than maybe 5 to 10 minutes in order to create after you've done your PLC work. So I'd highly recommend in the next week or 2 you get together with your PLCs during that time and figure out what are some of your questions. And after that, you can create those, get those live, and so your students can then create those surveys and take those surveys for you to hold on to for years to come and incorporate those into longitudinal data. If you do have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask. You can ask myself or anybody else on the Teacher Evaluation Committee, Steve Felton, Steve Willman, Andy Lanning. More than willing, anybody there is to help you out. So if you have any questions, again, please don't hesitate to ask. Thank you and have a good evening.